How often do you drink coffee? Once a day? Twice a day? How often do you buy coffee from a coffee shop? I do it all the time. What is happening, people? My name is Robbie, and today I'm going to tell you how I'm going to turn my Starbucks addiction into profits. Let's start right from the beginning. What do you order from Starbucks?
Orange mocha frappuccino!
Usually I order a skinny caramel latte. These are around £3.55 and I'll buy at least one every single day of the week. But I often buy two in a day, depending on how busy I am, if I'm working from a Starbucks that day, or if I'm just plain bored of being stuck in the house and I want an excuse to go somewhere in the car. Let's say I buy two lattes every second day of the week. That's £35.50 per week on coffee, not including extras like the odd ham and cheese toastie here, a sandwich there, maybe a little cake on the weekends. Just coffee. That's £153 per month. I could finance a 2018 Fiat 500 in a lovely mint green for that price. So I've devised a plan on how I'm going to turn this Starbucks addiction into profits, and I'll tell you that right after you hit the like button on this video. Also, ignore all this stuff. I've discussed this before, but I'm moving house in 5 weeks. This is things being packed and things just gathering in the corner. Please ignore that. Okay, my plan is simple, but it will be effective. For every £1 I spend on Starbucks, if it's a sit-down coffee, if it's a sandwich going through the drive-thru, even if it's one of these, I will invest every pound I spend on Starbucks. Every time, no exceptions. If I spend £3 on a coffee, I'll also invest £3. If I don't have £6 or I don't fancy spending £6 on coffee, no coffee. Now, I know what you're thinking. Robbie, you've just went from £150 a month in coffee to £300 a month. That's adding to the problem, not the solution. But my motivations are twofold here. For starters, if Starbucks now costs double what I'm used to paying for it, I'm probably going to buy less coffee.
Yeah, sure.
Because every trip round that drive-thru is now going to cost me at least £7, bare minimum. So it might reduce my caffeine intake, which is probably a good thing long term, and my spending on coffee. Either that, or I will just drink more coffee at home and less at Starbucks. But either way, I'll either be saving money on coffee or investing more money. It's a win-win scenario. Even if I continue my current Starbucks consumption rate of 1 to 2 coffees a day, it's now going to add £150 per month to my investment portfolio, not to be sniffed at. Let's say I took that £150 every month and invested it into the S&P 500 index fund, and we'll give it a conservative estimate of 8% return a year. Recently it's been as high as 13% on average over the past 5 years, I believe. After a year of drinking the same amount of coffee but investing as well, I'd be sitting on £1,944, and after 5 years I'd be sitting on £11,404. But let's just play around and say that I'd done this until I retired at 60. I'd have an extra £283,000 in my portfolio, all because I was matching the amount of money that I was spending on coffee and investing it in index funds. That is absolutely insane. So the decision has been made. Every penny that gets spent on Starbucks from here on in is going to be matched in my investment accounts. But now I have a question for you, which I would like to see answered in the comments. Where do I invest it? There are 3 options here. Option number 1 is the example I just gave you. I invest it all in the S&P 500 index fund every single month, where it will be kept in an ISA and protected from tax, which is probably the safest option for the money. Or I go with the more creative approach. Let's be realistic here. It's not often that I'm buying coffee from McDonald's or Costa or even independent places, which I probably should if I'm honest.
Whole milk latte for free.
It's always from Starbucks. So why not own Starbucks? Every time I buy a Starbucks, I put aside that money, and once it's added up to a few £100s, I'll buy Starbucks stock with it. If Starbucks continues growing, which it should for all the money I'm spending on it, my portfolio will continue to grow with it. I currently own £250 of Starbucks stock, so I do believe in Starbucks as a company, and I think they probably will continue to grow. So it's definitely a viable option. And option number 3 is a mix of both. Every time I buy a coffee, I transfer the same amount into a savings account, and once that account hits £500, I deposit £250 into my Hargreaves Lansdowne account, and then £250 into an index fund. In all 3 scenarios, I am matching the amount of money that I'm spending on Starbucks and investing it, but I would like your opinion on how I should invest it. Give me some suggestions. Maybe there's other options that I haven't considered. Give me those ideas as well. I decided I was going to do this plan late last week, so have already started and have £30 in the account just now. It's been less than a week, so we're on track for the £150 a month. But I would love to hear everyone's opinions on what I should do with that money, where I should invest it, or if you just think I need to spend less on Starbucks, which is the real answer here. But there are worse things I could be addicted to. I could be addicted to alcohol, drugs, gambling. I'm addicted to coffee, and I'm trying to monetize that addiction. So let me know what you think I should do. All suggestions are welcome. Just leave a comment below. So I'm going to keep this video very short and sweet, straight to the point. I'm just about to jump out for a coffee. I'm getting those afternoon jitters because I've not had a coffee in half an hour. So thank you as always for watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what I should do. Don't forget to like the video, and I will see you next week. Take it easy.